I'm Mike Merchant, CEO and founder of Codazen, and we are a software company really working at the intersection of the web and spatial computing. So we are combining the concept of the metaverse and applying that to today's web to bring about the next generation of the web. There's been a couple revolutions in computing, the PC revolution and the mobile computing revolution. And the web has always been the killer app in those revolutions. And the web has produced some of the most valuable companies in the world, like Google, Meta, Amazon. So as we take on this next generation of the web, the spatial computing web, or what we like to call the immersive web, we know there's going to be the next trillion-dollar companies that are going to be formed within that environment, within leveraging that technology. So we're building the foundations today, and it's really exciting to see a lot of the device makers getting on board with this. We see everyone from Apple and Google to Meta, of course, and there's been so much progress on the hardware side. We're really focused on the software side and bringing about standards that can make the open web more spatial and more powerful. So the same way the government funded the early internet and helped with creating standards bodies that made sure that the web was universally accessible, those are the kind of partnerships that we want to see with the immersive web. Really having the government invest in these spatial experiences and this R&D to bring about this revolution. You know, we need to lead in this area. The web has been the greatest export of the US for the last 30 years. And so, you know, we need to lead in the next 30 years, and we can't neglect the innovation that needs to happen on that core infrastructure that's so important to our country and to the world. There's collaboration that needs to happen across government, standards bodies, hardware makers, and software makers. And there's an enormous opportunity. You know, the web is the interface for the economy. So much of our industries are digital first, from travel, hospitality, real estate, it goes on and on. And so that interface is the web. And again, we need to not neglect that. We need to really upgrade it for the future and lead in that space, driving trillions of dollars of economic contribution.